What do you call someone that sells themselves for spaghetti? A prostitute. What up, YouTube? Let's hear. Thanks again for visiting the channel. As always, I appreciate it. If this is your first time to the channel, thank you so much for watching. If you do me a favor, just go ahead and hit that thumbs up button just for the algorithm. I'd really appreciate that. And if you enjoy the content, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. That would really help out a lot. Do me a favor, don't forget to follow me on Instagram. My handle is lets_do-it-up, LETS_DOITUP. And if you'd like to send a knife or knives into the channel for review, just go ahead and send me an email at letsdiu79@gmail.com. I'll go ahead and send you my shipping address. As soon as you send me the knife or knives, I will spend a week or two with them, and then I'll go ahead and do the review and send them back to you. The review today is brought to you by Peter Kottmeyer, Peterkottmeier. So if you do me a favor, go on to Instagram, give him a follow. I'd really appreciate that as well. He's done quite a bit to help out my channel, so any support you guys can throw his way would be much appreciated. So today we are doing a quick review on the Tuya Knives Envy V2. This is a fantastic knife. I really enjoy it. So let's do it up, y'all. This knife is 7.75 inches overall with a blade length of 3.25 inches. Now, according to Blade HQ, when I looked at the specs on this guy, when I measured this, it looks like it's about 3.25 inches with a cutting edge just a hair under 3.25 inches. But just in case I'm crazy or something, according to Blade HQ, they say the blade length is 3.25 and the cutting edge is 3.375, which doesn't make any sense to me. I'm going to go by my measurements here on the mat. The handle is 4.625 inches. And let's get some quick size comparisons out of the way here. Compared to the Rat Model 1, the Tuya Envy V2 is just a little bit shorter than the Rat Model 2. Sorry, the Rat Model 1. And the Rat Model 2 obviously is going to be just a little bit shorter than the Envy. Compared to the DEMKO knives, the 8020S is going to be just a little bit longer than the Envy V2. And the 20.5 is obviously going to be just a little bit shorter than the Envy V2. And last but not least, we've got the SPYDERCO knives. SPYDERCO Paramilitary 2. This guy is going to be just a little bit longer than the Envy V2. And the Para 3, obviously, is going to be just a little bit shorter than the Envy. Carry profile, when these guys are closed, the Envy V2 is going to be just a little bit shorter than the Paramilitary 2. And the Para 3, again, is going to be just a little shorter than the Envy V2. Sorry about that. Now, thickness when compared to the Para 3. It looks like the Envy V2 is just about the same thickness as the Para 3. Height for the blade, height for the knife rather, when compared to the Para 3 is nowhere near as tall as the Para 3. The blade stock thickness on this guy, according to Blade HQ, is 160 thousandths. And let's get a quick weight on this guy. I think it's around 3.9 ounces, but I don't want to lie to you guys, so let me double check. Okay, yep, 3.9 ounces. So that's pretty light, considering the fact that this is a full titanium knife. All right, now, the blade here is made of M390. Which is a fantastic steel. You guys know that I love it a lot. I'd rather see it on a little bit less knives around these days, but no big deal. This is a compound ground blade. The vast majority of the blade is a hollow grind, and out to the tip here is a flat grind after that transition here. The blade has a flat that carries out to about 80% the length of the blade, and there is a swedge that carries all the way out to the tip. There's just a little bit of billboarding on this guy. You've got the Tuya Knives emblem there, and then you also have, see if I can get you focused here. It says M390 and DW2 here. I'm not sure exactly what that is there for, and I'm not really sure what it means. I tried to figure it out on the internet, but I couldn't really find anything that mentioned what that was all about. This guy is running on bearings. It's a very smooth knife for sure. As far as hardware is concerned, you've got T8s on the entire knife here. The pivot, the body screws, the pocket clip screw, and the over travel stop and steel lock bar insert are all held in place by T8 screws. You've got a milled titanium pocket clip with these hash marks on it. Very, very nice looking. And you've also got just a little bit of milling on the rest of the scales here, which looks very, very nice. Gives the knife just a little bit more character, so it's not just a plain titanium knife. Let's see if there's any internal milling. There is some internal milling here. I don't know if I can get you guys to see that or not. Let's see if I can get this to focus in enough for you to be able to see that. I don't have my flashlight with me. God, I'm so stupid. Anyway, okay, so it looks like we're locking up at about, I'm going to say 45 to 50% there. There is no blade play left, right, up, or down on this guy. And the centering on this knife is absolutely perfect. Let's check the balance. The balance on this knife is right behind the pivot, right where you want it. Maybe just a little bit past the pivot, but it's not too bad. So this thing's definitely comfortable in hand for sure. Ergonomics on this knife are great. Very, very comfortable the way they have the scales milled. Your fingers fit right in there in the standard hammer grip. You really can't choke up on it very much. There is a small, well, I'm going to call that a small finger choil or a large sharpening choil. Anybody with a normal size finger would probably be able to use that, but me with my bigger fingers, I ride too much up on the blade. I'm afraid I might cut myself, so I'm not going to use that as a forward finger choil. There is a small thumb ramp here with a little bit of very well placed jimping, and there's also some jimping here on the forward part of the flipper tab to allow you to get a little bit better grip there to flip this guy open. The flipper tab is the only mode of deployment for this knife, which is okay because it works perfectly well. You can either push button it or you can light switch it, and they both work just fine. As you can see, the blade rockets out of the handle and locks up solid. So there's no issues with deployment on this knife whatsoever. Lockup is fantastic. There is no lock stick on this knife whatsoever. Let me see here. I did tell you this is a titanium. I don't know if I told you this is a titanium frame lock, but it does have full titanium scales, and you've also got a titanium backspacer here with a spot for a lanyard hole if that's your thing. So how does this knife make me feel? It's a very comfortable knife. It's a very sleek looking knife, very simple. Not a lot going on with it, but just enough to give it a little bit of character. I really, really enjoy carrying this knife for sure. It's super comfortable. It's super easy to use. And like I said, you guys know that I like the simplistic look on knives just as much as I like the super duper stylish ones. So it's a fantastic knife for sure. The price on this guy is $250, which I feel like is very, very well priced. Doesn't look like they were trying to gouge us at all on this guy. Unfortunately, it is currently unavailable. You can't pick this guy up anywhere other than the secondary market. But if you do see it on the secondary market somewhere around $250 or possibly $300 marked up, I don't think it would be, I don't think it would be a risk to go ahead and buy this guy. Definitely a nice knife. I think anybody that buys it for under $300 would be more than happy with that purchase for sure. It's a little bit of a smaller knife for my liking anyway. You guys know that I like bigger knives, but this would work well for me for a backup knife or something like that for sure. Nice and light, super compact, and it goes in and out of the pocket with no problem whatsoever with that pocket clip. I don't know. I think that's about it for this one, guys. I can't think of anything else to say about it. The blade finish on this guy, I'm sorry, this is a satin finish blade. With what looks like kind of a hand rub satin going in the opposite direction from the grind lines on the bottom part of the blade here. So it is just a very, very attractive blade for sure. I like this knife a lot. But again, I think that's it for tonight, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. And stay up, y'all. Take it easy. Bye.